Circumcision is a surgical procedure in which the foreskin covering the tip of the penis is removed. It is culturally done for religious religious reasons in Africa, that with other religions such as Judaism and Islam. So there are medical opinions which vary on whether it has health benefits. Such a practice is typically performed on newborns or young boys. Adult circumcision is not rare and is done based on medical necessity or personal choice. Now, the reasons are split into two, na hapa ndio ninataka tuongelee sana sana. There can only be two reasons for and reasons against. So these two reasons for circumcision, and this is where I differ with people like Janet who will come here. We've been arguing about this the whole week. So the reasons for circumcision are split into two: medical reasons and cultural reasons. Medical reasons, I shared a tweet some time back. I'm going to pin it again here on the Jumbotron for your view. Medical reasons include penile cancer prevention. That's where there is some growth on at the tip of your penis or the man's penis. And then there is paraphimosis. In this condition, retracted foreskin cannot return to its original position. And then there is urinary tract infections like this one is, yeah, the people that have passed through UTI can understand this. Then there's recurrent balanitis. This is the inflation of the glands at the head of the penis. Then there's phimosis. This is a condition where foreskin is too tight to be pulled back over the head of the penis. Now, different papers have been shared on this. If you need it, I can provide it, but some of them are paid as well. So, cultural reasons, religious practices, such as circumcision holds religious significance in Judaism, anything that came from Abraham, essentially, the Abrahamic religions. And then cultural tradition, circumcision is practiced in cultural tradition in many societies, like me, where I come from. That's Bungoma. The Bungoma boys really understand this, and it's something that has been passed. Most of the times you feel like it's done and forgotten, but wow, the Bukusus, my God, they just come back and yeah, do the thing. Then there's hygiene and cleanliness. In some cultures, circumcision is believed to promote cleanliness and hygiene by reducing the risk of infections and build up of smegma. Smegma is a natural secretion found under the foreskin. This belief has historical roots and persists in certain societies. Then there's social acceptance, health and well-being, and then aesthetic preferences. Upper core aesthetic preferences is where I know people are going to have a lot of discussion on. We mostly perform circumcision for aesthetic reasons, where circumcised genitals are considered more aesthetically pleasing and desirable. The perception can be influenced by cultural ideas of beauty and sexuality. And in Kenya, we for sure have a lot of people thinking about this. Now, this is a taboo topic. I don't know what we are going to do to maintain some little decorum, but yeah, open mic sessions. That's why we made these forums so that we can all go out on it. The reasons against this risk of complications, loss of sensitivity, ethical concerns, questionable health benefits, and cultural bias. I leave this to the medics to explain. Then cultural reasons against circumcision. There's cultural identity. There's just some cultures that don't associate with circumcision. And then there's historical trauma. In some African society, circumcision is associated with historical trauma or negative experience, such as forced circumcision during colonial rule. Then there is health concerns. While male circumcision has been promoted for its potential health benefits like HIV, and Janet has been sharing a lot, there are communities in Africa where skepticism exists about these claims. Some may question the effectiveness of circumcision as a preventive measure for such things. Then there's gender equality. What men can do, women can do. So if there's something practiced for men, why not to women? So this is another thing as well. So it's FGM is not promoted in any way, and no one should think about it. But if it's your culture, I've learned to be inclusive in many ways. There is religious freedom. Lastly, in regions where diverse religion beliefs, there may be cultural reasons against circumcision based on differing interpretations. But if your religion does not allow it, why do it? It's one life anyway. So, welcome to the space today. That was my initial submission. Janet, can you hear me? Okay. Seems like. Okay. Do you
Hello,
want
hello.
to? Hi, how are you?
Am I clear?
Yes, you're audible.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us into the conversation. So basically, everything I wanted to say, you've said that initial submission. But I wanted to add that there are four. Ushapena the definition of circumcision, blah blah blah, and the reasons why. The reasons for circumcision basically. So there are four types of circumcision. Kuna according to Judaism, wale wako USA, the people in USA that practice Judaism. so their type of circumcision, they completely remove the foreskin on the 8th day. So ukiwa 8 days old, yeah, on the 8th day of after birth, so you are circumcised. They completely remove your foreskin completely. And then in parts of Africa, kama Kenya, just a small part of the foreskin is removed. And then in the Pacific Islands, they remove the frenulum. Hiyo part ina meet foreskin huko chini. So it's just the upper part, your foreskin that is removed. So the reasons for circumcision, kuna you've said a few. Umesema about smegma. You've talked about the culture and stuff. Kuna people who did it because I don't know where I was reading, but there was some historic leader who was born with penis yake ikiwa inaka different, haikuwa na foreskin. So the people who served him, ama the community that he was leading, they did it as a sign of like honor to him. Kuna ile demonstration of one's ability to endure pain. Kuna a means of discouraging masturbation. And then in some communities, kuna mali I read that in some communities, unaona the penis, so see the foreskin penye I normally talk ni kama niko kwa phone call. So you see the penis, the foreskin ilikuwa waliangalia like penis wakasema hii foreskin inaka vagina, so why should a man have something that looks like a vagina? So we should remove it. And then they looked at the woman's vagina. I'm just imagining, si ati nasema this is what happened, but they looked at the woman's vagina and then they were like, the clit kind of looks like a small penis. Why should a woman have a small penis? So we should cut it. So these were the reasons for FGM and circumcision, male circumcision in some communities. Ilikuwa ile like becoming a man, ulikuwa unatolewa foreskin. And then kuna places where it was like a sign of higher social status. And then obviously definitely kuna promote hygiene. I'm told when sijui what is it, so Kushites were trading and then wali come across the Bantus or something like that. It's not good, nimesahau the whole thing, but hakukuwa na maji in that region, so the boys had like walikuwa nanuka, okay, when umesema the smegma, so it smells after a while, so they hawakuwa